All right, guys, so these 3 movements I'm gonna show you are your non-negotiable movements outside of your golf routine. So in order to add more distance off the tee and more years to your life, we need to learn to move our joints so that they don't become stiff. So this first movement I'm gonna show you is called shin box 90-90. So we start off in this 90-90 position. Our front hip's at 90 and our back hip is at 90. If this hip feels a little uncomfortable because it's very tight, you can slide that knee forward, okay? So now what we're gonna do is, and also you can put this hand off to the side to make it a little more comfortable for you. I want you to think about crushing a weight scale underneath this leg here. So you can put your hand underneath it and crush it so you feel some tension on the outer part of your leg. From there, I want you to stay nice and tall, and if you had a string on your chest, someone is literally pulling you over your knee as you're maintaining that tension. You should start to feel a nice deep stretch in this glute here. If you're leaning forward and you start to feel a pinching pain in the front of the hip, that is not normal. You're developing some sort of hip impingement where you need to come see us. Click the link below if you're feeling pinching in this hip. So as if you don't feel pinched, you can just hang out in this stretch for about 5 nice breaths, and you can repeat 2 to 3 times. That's how you're gonna stretch the front hip in this position. Now the back hip, you're just gonna rotate your body towards that back leg, okay? And you're just gonna start to drive this leg down into the ground. So you can put a pillow underneath this knee if you need some feedback, and you're just gonna do the same thing where you're gonna hold for 5 breaths as you're maintaining that tension, okay? So that's shin box 90-90. Remember guys, any sort of pinching or pain in this movement, not normal. Click the link below. The next one we're gonna do is we're gonna give you some mobility for your mid-back. So, if you don't have a foam roller, you can grab a couch cushion, a pillow, just something that you can put underneath this top hip to lock it in place. From there, you're gonna put your arms out to your side, okay? Now, what you're gonna do is if you wanna create a little tension down to this pillow foam roller, you can. It's gonna lock your hips in place. We're gonna start to open the book as far as we can with keeping this hip in contact, and your eyes are gonna follow. This is gonna start giving you more mobility in your low back. So remember guys, in order to hit the ball further off the tee, we need a lot of motion in our mid back. If we're very, very stiff, we're gonna make the golf ball or our golf swing over the top, and we're gonna shank it. So again, nice and easy open book exercise, okay? About 10 reps at a time. The last movement is, again, the hips are the king for the golf swing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start to work specifically what we call hip internal rotation. So for you guys out there, hip internal rotation is when you rotate into your backswing, that's your trail hip. If you can't internally rotate into your back hip, you are going to chew up your spine all day, every day. So the one thing we're going to do, we're gonna put our feet on the wall. We'll grab a foam roller or a pillow or a couch cushion, whatever you can to put in between your knees, okay? From there, I'm gonna show on this hip, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift this foot off the ground, and I'm slowly gonna start to rotate my hip out, okay? So that's hip internal rotation, guys. So you're gonna start to feel a lot of movement on this outer hip, and you should. If you feel inner hip, again, just like shin box 90-90, not normal. So 6 to 8 reps, and you might start to feel a cramp. That's normal, you should, it's working. And remember guys, that rotation right there is the #1 reason people have hip replacements. If they're very deficient in that range of motion, you're more likely to have hip pain golfing, and you're more likely to get a hip replacement. So if you have any struggle, if you struggle with any of these movements, click the link below.